Hey, greetings to all my flights and peeps. How are you doing? Alright, so this is yours truly, Jeffrey of Niner Yankee Flight. And today we're going to be doing a video with just a bit of a twist. Alright, I'm going to be checking out this real new cool mod that allows you to replace the Bing Maps, which is the default imagery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It replaces the Bing Maps with the Google Maps imagery. So we're going to check that out. For the purposes of this video, we'll be checking out my island, Trinidad, my hometown. Well, my island, per se, which is the island of Trinidad in the Caribbean. So let's go check that out right about now. Alright, so here we are, folks. Here we are, and we are in the air. Alright, so on the left of the screen, we have imagery from the default scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is provided by Bing Maps. And on the left of the screen, this is what you get when you include that mod. When you run you set up, install and run the mod, this is the effect that you get with the Google Maps. Now, clearly we can see that there's a difference, and one of the first things that I'm seeing is a difference in color. Bing, the default scenery, seem to have a much more brighter tone, brighter color, and that looks good. Actually, I like that. But if you look at the right of the screen, with Google Maps, it's much more detailed in my view. The resolution of the road is a little better in my view, and it's much me knowing my own island where I live. It's actually much more accurate. Now look at the left of the screen there. We just saw we just passed an area where we saw some clouds baked into the scenery on the side, on the default side of things. The thing with that is, that is also I've seen it's also here in an extent. It also happens with the Google Maps when we run the mod and we're using the Google Maps instead of the Bing. It happens as well. It's just that it does not happen here. It happened a lot in this part of Trinidad. I remember when I used an X-Plane when I built tiles using Auto 4 XP, but it does not happen here at all. So that's good. That's a plus for me. In terms of the detail and imagery and all of that, Google Maps is it for me. Yeah, Google Maps is it for me. There are some places, like if you look on the left hand, you're going to see it again a little further down. There are some places in the default scenery, and we're coming up to one such place now, where if you look here in the default scenery on the left of the screen, you're seeing autogen. You're not necessarily seeing photorealistic scenery, but if you look on the right of the screen on the Google Maps side, you're actually seeing photorealistic scenery. So, and this is the thing with the scenery, with the default scenery. In some areas there's a mixture of autogen and photorealistic, but with Google Maps it's photorealistic straight through. Yeah. All right, so here we're coming up to the interchange area, the Uriah Butler Highway interchange. This is the main artery that runs from the north to south. This is kind of like the beginning of the road that runs from north to the north of the south of the island, north to the south of the island. We're over the Sawa Barataria area now, and clearly you can see it's much more detailed, and there's the use of photorealism more so than what's happening on the default scenery, which is on the left of the screen. So yeah, for me, I would prefer Google Maps, even though the color is a bit off. I would definitely prefer and go with Google Maps, and that's just my preference, you know. That's just my preference. So yeah, so let's take a look now at how we could actually get this and how it works, how you can get it to work on your system. Yeah. All right, so So when you click on the link, I'm going to leave a link in the description, like I said. When you click on the link, this is the page you're going to come to. I don't know why they don't have any pictures at the moment, but say what. Anyway, and it's created by a guy by the name of Dereki. I hope I get that name correctly. You all can go ahead and donate to him. I think it's a very good mod, very useful. All right, yeah. Right, so you're downloading version 2.23. That's the current version. When you hit that download, of course, this is gonna come up. You're gonna get all of these. I downloaded the main file. That's what I did. All right, yeah. So, and of course, you're gonna get this. What I did, I just simply extracted it into a folder. I created a folder actually. I mean, you don't need to do that. I just did it because it didn't come in a folder. So I created a folder, and here, right? And I extracted all my files, all the files that you saw there. I extracted it here. This is the important fella here. You right click on that and you run as administrator. It's very important that you run as administrator. And when you do that, you're supposed to get something coming up here. It's taking a little while on my computer. There we go. You click yes. And these first you get the CMD screen come up, and then something else is supposed to come up in a little while here. Another screen, a small interface. There we go. All right, good. And the first thing you do, you go to you see these tabs on top here. You go to the proxy tab and ensure that there isn't any values here. Now there would not, for the first time downloaders, you might get a thing in this field here. You just delete it. Now, if you live in a country where you do not have access to Google Maps, then you need to leave that proxy in there. You need to use that proxy and you need to run it with the proxy, right? Of course, they have the test connection tab there. You can hit that and see how well it works. But for me, I live in the Caribbean and we have full access to Google Maps and everything. So I just simply go here, map server, and I ensure that I am on at least one of these servers here, and I hit run. Yeah, you just hit run, just like that. All right, this is what's gonna start coming up. Some stuff is gonna start popping up here. All right, good. And then you're gonna start the sim. Now it's important. Now you're seeing this icon here. I have add-ons linker, and I usually start my sim from add-ons linker, from the add-ons linker, but I realize that when I do that, it does not work. So I simply start the sim like that. I click on that there and I start it, and yeah, after a while, when the sim is going through its startup period, you're going to see some stuff happening right here, and yeah, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Okay, so we managed to get our simulator started, and if you've noticed that before we started up on the CMD screen here, and CMD window, the last lines we had was probably this line here, or one of these lines. Alright, and here we see all of these lines have now been added because of the fact that it would have processed and cached the scenery that it needed to. All right, and that is how you know that it's actually working. So by the time we get into the sim and we load up a flight, and you know, it would be rendering Google photogrammetry, if that's the correct term, or photorealistic scenery from Google Maps. All right, so that's the way. All right, remember, there's a link to download this mod in the comments, and if you like this video, if it was helpful to you, feel free to post a like, post a comment, subscribe to the channel so that you all can see when I release new videos and stuff like that. I got a whole lot of other videos on the channel there for you guys to check out, and so check it out and have some fun. Of course, post a like, post a comment on the other videos as well. All right, that's it for now. Yours truly, Niner Yankee, aka Jeffrey, is out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.